Hello guys, welcome to Become a Techie YouTube channel. In this tutorial we are going to learn about data validation. So validating our data is very important, as it will make our data look consistent, and it will be very good if the validated data appears in your worksheet. So how to perform this data validation? So first of all, data validation is where you are asking the user, or you want the user to choose the value only from a range of values or range of options. So for example, you have suppose here you have a product, and I am entering something like a product that is not in this list, and I am entering that, for example, rice. But I don't want the user should enter rice here, because my category and product are defined, and I have a specified range of values for category and product, and I don't want the user to add rice or something else which is not belonging to that particular product category. So this is the reason data validation comes into picture, where we restrict the user to choose or to enter the data only from a range of values or range of cells. So how to perform this data validation? Let's get started. So I'm going to this data ribbon, and here you can see in the data tools we have this data validation option here. So if you hover on it, you can see data validation, pick from a list of rules to limit the type of data that can be entered in the cell. So we are applying some rules, and we are limiting the type of data, or we are limiting the options that can be entered into the cell. So for example, I am applying a data validation rule on this H column. Okay, I have selected this entire column, and then I'm going here, and there is a little arrow where I have clicked, and then I have three options here. So I'm going with the first one, that is data validation. Okay, you can see a dialog box or a pop-up box has appeared in front of me, and there I can see first tab is settings. Okay, so here I have to mention, or I have to specify the validation criteria. Okay, so they are asking allow any value. So here I don't want any value, I want suppose I want a list. Okay, a list of values I want to allow. So I am selecting this list option, and data between, that is okay, that is already selected. And here you can see ignore blank, so blank spaces I will ignore, or blank cells I will ignore. And the second is in cell drop down, so my list will appear in the drop down. Okay, and here source, so source I will have to provide a list or a source options that will appear in my list. So for example, I am giving here apple, mango, kiwi, and banana. Okay, these four options I am giving. Okay, so I return okay, and now you can see a small drop down has appeared here, and when I click on it, I can see these four options here, and I can select only from these four options. I don't get any other option to enter the data. Okay, so this is how I have restricted my user to choose from these four options and not to enter any random data in the worksheet. Okay, so this is how now, because I have selected the entire list, I will get these options in every cell which is belonging to this particular column. Okay, so this is how we have applied first data validation rule. Okay, now second is if you are dealing with some numbers, so decimal values, for example, you are dealing with, like here we have a total price. Okay, unit price, total price, so these are all the decimal values. So how you are going to deal with these? Okay, so for example, for that I will use this I column. I will again go here on the data validation, again I will get the same pop-up, and then in the settings I will add the validation criteria, allow. I have another option here called as decimal. I will select this decimal, and here data. So I have options here, so data, between, not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than. So I have a number of options here where I can, you know, give a lot many criterias. So I am using the first one only, that is between. Okay, so if I choose between, I will get two options here, what is the minimum and what is the maximum value that I will have to enter. So I am entering, for example, 12.5, that is minimum, and maximum is my suppose, let's say 34.7. okay, so these are my minimum and maximum values, and then I'm hitting OK. So this way, now if I enter some value like 12.7, so that is accepted. Okay, but if I enter a value which is less than 12, suppose 8.5, and when I hit enter, you can see this pop-up box appears, and it says this value does not match the data validation restrictions that is defined for this cell. So I get this message that this value will not be accepted, and you should enter another value. Okay, so this is how our data validation rule works. Okay, so I just I'm clicking on cancel, and I am trying to enter another value here. So let's say I will enter now, I will try to test on the maximum limit. Okay, that was 34.7, so I am giving 35.6 now, and again you can see the same error message pops up, that this value does not match the data validation restrictions. Okay, so again I am giving a cancel, and now I am entering a value that is that should be accepted. So yeah, you can see this is how it is accepted. Okay, so here again we have applied a data validation rule for the decimal values that should be in between a particular range of values. Okay, but now I am not really happy with the message that I'm getting, like, sorry, 67.5. This message I am not really happy, because it is not providing me the information that what is the maximum and minimum value, and what is the range of values that I should be working on, or the value that I should enter. That information is not provided here. So what I can do is I can customize this error message. Okay, so for that, again go here to the data validation option, and the second settings is the first tab. Second tab you can see is the input message, and third one is the error alert. So here for this error alert is stop, style is stop. So here you can see there are three types of style, that is, one is stop, second is warning, and this is the icon for it, and third is the information, where the icon is this. Okay, that will appear. Okay, and here now I will give a warning. Okay, and show the error alert after invalid data is entered. So this is tick mark or checked. Okay, so this I will keep as it is, with it will work when I will enter the invalid data. So at that time this pop-up alert will appear. Okay, and it says when user enters invalid data, show this error alert. Okay, okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so this is for this particular cell. Okay, I5. Okay, that I am targeting on. So I have selected I5, and then I have opened this data validation, so it will be only valid for this particular cell. Okay, and then this is a warning, and then title I can give like decimal value incorrect, and error message I can give like please enter correct decimal value between 12.5 and 34.7. Okay, and I am hitting OK. So now if I enter something like 56.7, you can see this message will appear, which is our customized error message. So this is our title that we have entered decimal value incorrect. This is our message that we have entered, please enter correct decimal value between 12.5 and 34.7. This is the warning icon, and here you can see the options are also different. So last time when it was stop, stop error alert was there, so we could only see retry and cancel and help. These three options only were there. Now we can see yes, no, cancel and help. So 4 buttons are there for us. So if you say continue, it will also accept, because this is a warning message. In case of stop, it will not at all accept this value, but in case of warning, it will warn you about the error, but it will again accept if you say yes. Okay, so this is the difference between warning and error, and warning and the stop error alert. Okay, so this is about the data validation, and this I have just applied on one particular cell. You can also apply it on any particular column or group of columns, group of rows. You can try and experiment with the data, and you can make your worksheet look really nice, and you can try experimenting. So if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and please subscribe for more such interesting content related to MS Excel. Thank you.